Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what transurfing is not. I get lots and lots of private questions and emails. Some can be pretty shocking. I actually had someone refer somebody to me not too long ago, and I got on the phone with this person. I typically don't do that. They were in a state of crisis and they wanted to know how they could bring someone back from the dead. It was really uncomfortable because what I had to offer him, he did not value at all. He just wanted to hear that this thing was possible, and that's all he wanted to hear. So in the spirit of receiving a lot of these comments and questions recently asking me how to do things that I don't know how to do, right? So it's not necessarily that I'm saying they can't be done, but what my own personal transurfing practice is about, and what I am instructing others to do, is to live for the future, to live towards that future frame, not try to go back and completely change or transform events that have already transpired, right? So I'm going to get a little bit into some of the things that I've heard, some of the things people have asked me, some of the things that I've seen, what transurfing, what I've seen people talk about, and to sort of like put in my 2 cents. That's not what it's about. Maybe something will be here for you, maybe not. This is really a modality that is based in accountability and accepting reality for what it is, not trying too hard to control or force or change something that is or something that already has been. But before I get into it, remember to like my video and comment below. My world is taking care of me. To enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers, Reality 2.0, down below. Join us on Facebook and subscribe, please subscribe. So this sticker, right? My world is taking care of me, everything is going according to plan, and things are working out beautifully and will continue to do so with ease. The reason that this sticker works, or what this sticker even does, is it helps you tune your frequency to a future version of reality in this present moment, right? So my world is taking care of me. This is me telling myself that everything that my world has planned for me, you know, in religions they say God's will, right? Or inshallah, God's will. So this is really what this is about. It's about you lessening the grip of control and trusting that your world is the one doing the caring, right? You don't have to worry, you don't have to strive, you don't have to force. Your world is going to do all the heavy lifting, and you are going to co-create and work in conjunction with your world. You're not going to fight what your world is giving you, or what your world has given you, or what is coming currently in your direction, and try to work from a place of inner intention and alter the state of events, right? So the second line of this, everything is going according to plan. You know, this is, I heard a story from a famous designer a couple of weeks ago. I was watching a show and she had this story. She's older now, and her mother was actually Jewish, living in Europe during the time of the Holocaust. And she found herself to a concentration camp, right? She was put into a concentration camp. She lost all her family, everybody was killed, and she was younger. I think she was like in her early 20s. She befriended a older woman. At the time, she was about 40, and became very, or so the story goes, she became very attached to this older gal, right? Very attached emotionally, and this woman became everything to her inside the concentration camp. Well, one morning they gathered up everyone, put everybody into a line, and one by one, one of the evil powers that be directed people to go here or people to go here, right? So both women come up to the front of the line, and the guy sends them both in this direction. So as they're walking in this direction, another guard comes and grabs the younger woman and throws her down on the ground, and she gets up and she tries to go to her older friend, and the guard again pushes her in the other direction, and she goes in the other direction, parting ways with the older woman, and is absolutely devastated. Her whole world's just been taken from her, this one person that she has latched onto emotionally. Well, she later finds out that all those people were headed towards a gas chamber, and the other guard that pushed her was actually saving her life, right? At the time, she didn't know this, and it only revealed itself, she was only able to see the truth later of what exactly had happened there, right? So this has happened to me personally, where I thought that something was really the most devastating thing that could have ever happened to me, only later to realize it was actually the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And transurfing helped me to transform that experience, right? To transform that memory, to put that experience and that memory and all that I encountered in going through that into a place where I really viewed it as an absolute positive. It helped me to get out of a situation. It helped me to connect with knowledge that I needed to connect with. It forced me from, something that was not intended for me, right? But it took me finding reality transurfing to understand the vast difference in these two different approaches. God, I wish this thing wouldn't have happened to me. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And if I could just go back in time and erase that event, I would, to, wow, that was really my world taking care of me, right? That was really my world putting me in the right direction. And of course, at the time, I did not see that. I was not capable of seeing that. So I challenge whoever is watching this video right now that's calling a past memory to mind, think about what that did for you, right? Think about how you grew, how it pushed you in another direction, how it allowed you to connect with other variations, other information, other people, other circumstances, whatever. And really, the last line of this, things are working out beautifully and will continue to do so with these. That past event that happened, those past events, was actually things working out, right? It was things working out. Now, where energetic loss ensued and where mental chaos ensued was me not trusting my world, right? That's where it became detrimental, was what I was doing with the event or the information or whatever it was. So this is all about trusting exactly what you are experiencing and being able to pull from it things that you will need to create a new, better frame for yourself and continue on a positive trajectory rather than getting stuck in the past, dwelling, regretting, wishing things that wouldn't have happened. All that kind of stuff doesn't get you anywhere, right? It does not get you anywhere. So what reality transurfing is not, it is not a time machine. Those things that happened, they've already happened. Those events already materialized. It's done, right? Now, in what used to be the one of the 5 volumes of Reality Transurfing before it was made into the big book, Vadim Zeland had a book titled Forward to the Past. Now, Forward to the Past was mind-blowing for me, and there's the chapter in here, and I would highly suggest any of you challenged by something that you regret having had happened, go back and read this, because it's not about you going back in time and changing the event. It's about you acknowledging the experience you had, and if you strive for another type of experience, let's say you had like a really fucked up childhood or something. If you had a really fucked up childhood, you could, if you wanted to, if you set the intention to put yourself back into a place where you could essentially relive your childhood. I did this when I first found Reality Transurfing. I moved back to my grandparents' place where I grew up as a kid. My experience there at the time, you know, with all the stuff going on in my life, it wasn't the best. But after I found Transurfing, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see this set in decorations through my child eyes again. I'm going to relive my childhood, and that's what I did. So it's not about going back and changing anything. It's about setting up the circumstances to re-experience that series of, to re-experience that experience and change it in your mind, right? Change it in your mind. And this is in fact possible, but it's not a time machine. You can't go back and bring back people from the dead, right? Or, okay, I'm not gonna say you can't, but I don't know how to do that. And I don't know anyone that has done that. If you are, you know, devastated that you've lost someone, view it as you need to go through something. There's some sort of revolution or change or something that needs to occur in your life. And if you go through this and you allow this experience to help you evolve as a person, you could definitely connect with another human being that could fill the space of the human being that you lost and have a better experience, right? So it's actually your world opening up for you a little bit if you choose to see it like this. If you just want to dwell on the loss or the tragedy, your world's going to agree with you, right? Your world is going to absolutely agree with you. Transurfing is not the answer to all your problems. I know I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but I see people come into the Facebook group or into the community and they're like, oh my God, I'm here, and this is it. I found it. This is it. I don't have, everything's gonna be great. And then I go, oh my God, this person is going to crash and burn. I can see it. I can spot them from the very first comments they leave in the Facebook group. I'm like, this one's a crash and burn. So what happens is people think they found the answer to all their problems like that. Transurfing is gonna fix me, right? And they don't bring the most valuable part to the equation, which is their own action or accountability for their thoughts or accountability for their frequency. They think that they found a book, they read it, they watched some of my videos, and it's just gonna, their reality is just gonna magically transform, right? You have to bring the other side. Again, this is you co-creating with your world. This is you working with your world. Your world's not gonna do everything for you. It's just not, right? Reality Transurfing is not gonna do everything for you. It's just not. I'm not going to do everything for you. I absolutely am not going to do everything for you. You have to bring yourself into the equation. Now, it is the key to where your problems lie, right? So if you're getting ripped to shreds by pendulums, or, you know, one of my favorite sayings lately, you're the problem and you're the solution. So Reality Transurfing helped me to connect with that ideal, right? That if I'm experiencing something that I don't like in my reality, it's my problem, right? It's absolutely my problem. But in turn, I am also the solution to that problem. So it's not, and I will get to the control issue. It's not that I'm going to take transurfing and transurfing is going to, solve all my problems for me, but it's going to help me to understand where those problems, where those challenges are stemming from. And then in that accountability, there's evolution, right? That's where the evolution lies. The people that think it's just an answer to all their problems, nothing happens. And I've seen it play out over and over and over and over. And I can see the people just on a same pattern. They go jump from modality to modality to modality. Well, this didn't work. No, you didn't work it. So it's not a modality based in control, right? So it's not, again, like, I'm going to enforce my will. I'm gonna make this happen, right? I'm going to, I want $1 million. I'm gonna control the hell out of my reality until I get $1 million. This is exactly what not to do in transurfing. Transurfing is about lessening the grip of control. It's not about you trying to control things so hard to see results. It's a modality to help you flow, right? So again, getting back to the people that want to go back in time to not get fired from that job, or to have that person be alive again, or to not experience some tragic event in their past. This is not about you controlling that thing from the past or in your present frame. It's about you taking that experience and, again, trusting your world and flowing with that experience, taking with you into your future frames the knowledge and information and experience that you gained from that stuff. If you can use that stuff in a flowy kind of way, right, you're going to benefit. If you are interested in controlling it in the moment, or going back and trying to control events that have already transpired, that's going to cause some problems for you, right? This is more inner intention. This is more ego, will, all that stuff, and this is exactly what we're trying to get away from in the transurfing modality. Transurfing is not a magic wand. You're not going to wave a wand and be like, ooh, I want $1 million, right? I want $1 million. I've actually had people say, how do I make $1 million? How do I manifest $1 million in 24 hours? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? You actually think that it's that easy? Right now, it is easy to set the intention and take steps towards that goal through your doors and put your mind, put your frequency, put your action in the direction of that goal. But just to wave a wand, I mean, come on. I mean, then $1 million wouldn't be worth anything because everybody would be doing it, right? It is a magical set of tools to help you materialize the $1 million. If that's really your goal, if you really, really, really want $1 million and that's your goal, transurfing, well, it probably won't help you because, as Vadim says in the book, you know, your sail only fills with the winds of outer intention when your heart and mind are in coordination. And I don't know anyone that just has a goal of making money and that's their heart and mind coordination. Heart and mind coordination has to do with what's going to make you feel alive, right? What's going to help you to feel as though life is a feast every day, and waking up every morning and just grinding it out for $1 million. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't people that that's their goal, but I don't know of them, right? So whatever your intention is, transurfing is not just like, I want this thing to come true now, right? But it will help you connect with everything that you need to connect with to actually materialize that variation of reality. It's your toolbox. It's a magical set of tools. It isn't just a magic wand. So I'm making this video for anyone in the future that messages me with these, ideas that they want to travel back in time, or they want to change something about their past in a really big way. I'm going to start sending these to people because it's too challenging for me to try to break it down for everybody bit by bit of why not only transurfing is not good for this reason, but why you wouldn't even want to do this in the first place, right? You go back and you change all those painful experiences, and it's that stuff that helps you helps you go, right? If I could go back and change all the painful shit that I went through in my life, I absolutely would not do it. Not a single thing, because I needed that stuff to get me here, and I needed that stuff to help all you now, right? I would be really, really not doing my reality service, my self-service, or you guys' service by just going back and erasing the past. So let me know your takes on this one, everybody. Are you trying to do any of this crap, or are you here? And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Bye, guys.